1.21 gigawatts, 88 miles per hour, a stainless steel DeLorean. You know the story, or at least the story they gave you. A fun, harmless adventure. But like all great lies, it's wrapped around a kernel of terrifying truth. The question isn't how Doc Brown invented the flux capacitor after slipping and hitting his head. The question is, who gave him the idea in the first place? Tonight, we're not looking at a movie. We're looking at an act of psychological warfare. A piece of soft disclosure designed to hide the most dangerous invention in human history by putting it on a lunchbox. Welcome to the rabbit hole. By the end of this, you will never look at this film the same way again. The key is hidden in plain sight. Exhibit A, the design, 3 branching lines, a Y shape. The official story calls it a simple, memorable prop, but in the world of theoretical physics and esoteric symbolism, this shape is not random. It's known as a trijunction, a point of impossible stability. It appears in diagrams of quantum entanglement, and in suppressed research papers from inventors the world has been told to forget. Inventors like Nikola Tesla, whose later work on radiant energy was confiscated by the government upon his death, or Thomas Townsend Brown, an American physicist who claimed to have created anti-gravity devices, work that was immediately classified and buried. Their files are full of junctions, energy nodes. But there was another, far more sinister project that used this shape. October 28, 1943, the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. The U.S. Navy allegedly attempts to render the USS Eldridge invisible using powerful electromagnetic fields. The project, codenamed Rainbow, is a catastrophic failure. The ship is said to have teleported, but the crew suffered fates worse than death. Some were fused to the ship's hull, others went insane. The official story is that it never happened, but a persistent rumor from a so-called whistleblower years later claimed the problem wasn't the power. It was the containment. The energy field was unstable. He claimed the lead scientist on the project scribbled the same diagram over and over in his notes, a frantic attempt to stabilize the temporal rift they had opened. A 3-pronged junction, a Y shape. They couldn't make it work. Decades later, another black project surfaces in the shadows of the Cold War. This one has a name that sounds like something from a nightmare. Die Glocke. The bell, a rumored Nazi device supposedly confiscated by the US after the war under Operation Paperclip. Leaked descriptions speak of 2 counter-rotating cylinders filled with a mercury-like substance, creating a temporal field so powerful it could allegedly see into the past. Its power core, described as a vortex junction. They were getting closer. You see the pattern, a secret history of failed attempts, confiscated research, and a recurring cryptic symbol. You're probably thinking Hollywood writers stumbled upon these old conspiracies and wove them into a screenplay. That's a logical assumption, and it's dead wrong. You're not looking at art imitating life, you're looking at a calculated intelligence operation. Think about it. What's the best way to hide a terrifying secret? You don't bury it, you put it on a billboard, you turn it into a joke. The movie Back to the Future wasn't a story, it was an inoculation. A way to release the concept of the flux capacitor into the public domain, forever associating time travel with a funny scientist and a goofy teenager. So that if the real technology ever leaked, it would be met not with panic, but with laughter and nostalgia. Oh, you mean like in the movie? It's brilliant, it's diabolical. So what is the real flux capacitor? The files stop there, but the breadcrumbs lead to one mind-bending conclusion. The name itself is a code. Flux, meaning constant change. Capacitor, a device that stores energy. It stores the energy of change. It weaponizes paradox. And the power source? That's the darkest secret of all. 1.21 gigawatts. It was never about the amount of power. It was the frequency. 1.21 gigahertz is a real assigned frequency band used by the US government for deep space radar and experimental aerospace research. It's not a power requirement. It's the resonant frequency of space-time itself. It's the tuning knob. It's the number you broadcast to unlock a moment in time. The lightning strike in the film wasn't just a power source. It was an antenna, broadcasting the correct frequency to rip open the fabric of reality. The entire movie was them showing us the recipe. This technology exists. It isn't powered by plutonium, it's powered by the fundamental constants of the universe, hidden behind a number that became a punchline. The Y-shaped device is the only thing that can contain the sheer chaos of a temporal paradox, stabilizing it just long enough for a vessel to pass through. They didn't just show us a prop, they showed us the key. And now, they hide it in plain sight. This symbol, this junction, it's not just in old classified files. Look closer. At the logos of aerospace corporations, at the layouts of particle accelerators, at the junction points of global communication networks. They're everywhere. The files stop there. The paper trail goes cold. It's up to us to find what they buried. They can't hide it all. What have you seen? Where have you seen this symbol? Share your findings in the comments below. It's time to follow the breadcrumbs.